Bienvenidos, Capricorns. Cappies, y'all already know. What is it? Last but not least, the greatest of all times. Right here we are. For those that are coming in live, these readings the readings that I am doing today, right now, is for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. However, everyone has Capricorn somewhere in their chart. And so this is your Capricorn energy connecting you from the subconscious realm and guiding you into this space for you to receive whatever messages it is here for you to receive, whether you are a cross watcher or your soul has guided you here. From heart to heart, soul to soul, our hearts, our souls have been in wholeness and oneness of divinity together in harmony and guided us into this space to work together so that I can be a divine conduit. The way that I do these readings are I connect with the spirit of the Most High, most divine and benevolence and truth and righteous and perfect love and perfect trust to step my ego to the side and use me as a divine conduit, as a divine messenger to serve you for your highest and greatest good, in turn serving the highest and greatest good of all involved. Because this is a general collective message for the collective of Capricorn, I do ask you to take a deep inhale here into your intuition, into your highest discernment. Exhale in perfect love and perfect trust, knowing how to use healthy discernment for what messages are for you. I like to invite divine intervention in the space. This is my will, and if it is your will too, then so it shall be. What I do is I invite divine intervention to come into the space, and if there is any messages that does not resonate with you and that it is absolutely not your message what the fuck soever, then divine intervention wipes it out of your reality, out of your experience, out of your mind, body, aura, and all that is, so that you are not receiving any false light projections into your reality, but only receiving that which is truly aligned for your highest and greatest good. The same goes for if you are perhaps resisting a message or don't resonate with a message, but the message is indeed for your highest and greatest good, that this divine intervention steps your ego to the side so that you can digest this information, so that it can serve you for your highest and greatest good, and that you are delivered tangible confirmations that validates this message for your soul's growth and earthly expansion. Okay, that is my will, and if it is your will, it is so. I want to say, Capricorn, I love y'all. Y'all are a fucking vibe. Cappy, you already know I'm one on the team. And so all readings have been very interesting that I've been tapping into. How I'm going to do this, I'm going to do some channel messages of what was coming through. Then I'm going to get into the tarot, and I'm going to get into some oracle cards. The oracle cards that I'm going to do is the fairy oracle cards and some crystal oracles. I may pull out some dice here and some self-love or love confirmation cards here, and I may or may not pull some runes. It really depends on how the flow is of this reading here. Nonetheless, I thank you for your existence and for your patience to allow me to do these messages here for you in the month of February. So, Cappies, I am getting so much magnetism here. You are shifting through a lot of layers and energies at this time too. You may have been feeling like really depleted, really heavy, the last couple months, feeling like there was just so much burden and tensions and shifts and stress. We're like, okay, well, Pluto just came out of Capricorn and went to Aquarius, but what the fuck is going on? Why am I getting all these heavy things? And this is because there's a lot of generational trauma that's being released and removed, and you are in a space of exploration and expansion and growth and happiness and letting go of past life traumas as well, right? And so we know this, right? And in the month of February, I see you in your Empress energy. I see you in the space of high, fertility of love and experiences and reinventing the wheel, rewriting your story, being in a space of truly being magnetic here, knowing that you are loved, knowing that you are an embodiment of love. And so, whatever stress and hardships is going on, it's almost like in the month of February, you're in a space of more liberation and acceptance of what is and what was, so that you can be open to receive like financial abundance, recognition with your reputation in your career, in your field. Allow yourself to really be in a space of like what it is that you are wanting to recreate for your future, reestablishing certain boundaries and putting people in their place accordingly, right? And so this could be even starting new relationships, ending old relationships. This could be just coming into a space of focusing on like self-love. Wow. Being in tune with collective also, not just like complete isolation, but rather being in the knowing of your oneness, of your individuality, while still embracing this, your socialization skills, or I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's like balancing that throughout the month of February, where you're going to be like, you're focusing on work, you're focusing on your future, you're focusing on your goals, and then taking time to like, go out and have fun and embrace, these experiences and opportunities that are opening themselves up to you here. There is a thing about balancing like fun and discipline and getting things done, while also, allowing yourself to like relax and not be so heavy hearted. There's also a lot of heart chakra activations going on here. And so that's an energy that I'm picking up. So let's see here what messages we get with the tarot. We're going to start getting into the tarot here, and then I'm going to go into the other oracles. Give me just a moment. I did pre-shuffle the deck already. Water is life, water is healing, water is cleansing. In the bottom of the deck, the Empress energy. Okay. Didn't we already say it? Okay, the Magician card. Tell me what energies is coming through for the month of February for my Capricorns. Thank you. I don't even know what card fell off. Let's see here. Yeah, letting go of the ego, letting go, like, not in a way, it's like ego integration, where you're balancing out like knowing where's ego and embracing that part, while also being in like the self-awareness of like higher consciousness and being in tune with higher consciousness also. So a lot of integrative experiences here, rewriting the narrative, being in your power, being in your magic, letting go of any abandonment issues also. This could also be like where there was any betrayal, any hardships, any trouble sleeping. This is like regulating your nervous system. Thank you. Let's see here. King of Pentacles here. So a lot of foundational support here. Quite literally in the space of, in your bag. Being in a space of stability. Yeah, work could have been a burden here. You could have been wanting to, there could have been something about feeling overwhelmed, feeling like there was like a breakdown for a breakthrough, feeling like you were just carrying so much on your load, a lot of heaviness, a lot of stress, a lot of tension, physical body aches even and stuff like that, and needing to heal from this space. There could have been some blockages of sight for a moment, whereas now you're going to see clarity. This card came out before the King of Pentacles. So the way that I'm seeing this is, if you were dealing with some financial issues or hardships or things with work, while there was changes and troubles and trials and tribulations in this space, you're going to be coming into a space of security and foundational building and structure and stability even here. There could have been a discipline in like your financial stuff, like, you know, saving money, knowing how to balance out your money here. Tell me a little bit more here for, there could be unexpected gifts or money coming in for you. I thought a card flipped over, but I don't see any. Unexpected money coming in, being in your power. Tell me a little bit more for Capricorn here. I really do see you being magnetically attractive at this time. Wow, a lot of cards are flying out and turning around. Let's see here. Did any other cards flip over here? Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Yeah, you could have been fighting with like depression, or somebody around you could have been in a depressive state. In the bottom of the deck here, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Being in sacred marriage with yourself, there's a completion of cycle here of generational trauma into generational wealth here also. You have ancestral supports. There's something about the prayers of your grandmothers before you are still protecting you and healing you now. And that the prayers that you put out for the past generations and the future generations are heard and supporting you. And this is also DNA upgrades. This is Kundalini rising energy, sexual energy, sacred marriage, sacred union, equally yoked. You could be in a space of wanting to create a family, getting married, or just, you know, in new endeavors of allowing wealth and fortune to be in your essence. Yeah, where there was, you probably had to walk away from certain situations that was really making you depressed, really making you sad, maybe fucking with your mental energies at the time. I feel like this was a past struggle or something like that here. But you're resting your heart, you're resting your mind, you're resting the anxiety here. This was like a deep depression that maybe you was like overly like just needing like, because of the DNA upgrade, also, you can be feeling more tired or lethargic or something like that, needing to get rest. But this is because you're actually putting things to a final closing, to a final ending. And I feel like that's what this energy is saying. Is like, I cried all the tears that I could have cried for these situations. I spoke my piece. I said everything I could have said. I did everything I could have did. And, you know, there's no reason to cry over spilt milk anymore. I have 2 cups that I can focus on. And, you know, to be honest, I just need to allow myself to rest, to rejuvenate, to recuperate, to recover. And I feel like you did that because it was a struggle of your balance here, balancing out your authentic natural energy and magic to be in a space where like maybe lower frequencies was trying to drag you down, and you're like, yo, like that ain't my vibe. That's not my vibe. But it was maybe affecting your day-to-day routines or your work environment, your mental health, your emotional health. Whatever the case may be, there was certain energies that was tethered to like past life or tethered to, generational traumas and stuff like that. That was, you know, putting you in a space where you know you are of a higher authority, higher consciousness, higher energy, and you're trying to bring that down into the physical reality because you know you have the magic. You know you the magic. Do the magic. You the magic, right? in that space, and you know that you have a different belief system than that which is traditional, right? You're not you're more unorthodox. So even though Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and that's more traditional thinking, there's like an unorthodox energy to you that is like, you are the paradox, you are the fine line, right? You are the one that meets in the in between, and you're able to cross the boundaries and go above and below and into different realms and dimensions and all the spaces, because of the divine wisdom, the ancient wisdom in your DNA of in your secretion, your divine secretion, your holy waters. You have that awareness and awakening to it. And so you're not defined by any one construct here. And that may sometimes have you out, quote unquote, outcasted by other people, but that doesn't bother you. In fact, you embrace it, and you allow yourself to say, this is what makes me different, is that I don't limit myself to those belief systems or those bodies of thoughts, like people would put me in this place at. And so you've learned to alchemize that energy, or you always, it's just a natural alchemy to you throughout your life. That's never really been something of bothersome. However, it's almost like, while that may have not bothered you, or you're so used to that energy, now people are starting to recognize you and embrace them. Like, wow, Capricorn really, like, they are lovers, but they really don't give a fuck when they don't give a fuck. When a Capricorn tell you they don't care no more, believe them, because they don't give a fuck. When it's like, when R. Kelly says, when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it. When a Capricorn is fed up, ain't shit you could do about it. You on the other side now. And rather than them feeling outcasted, Capricorns are so, like, they do love themselves to the point where we can be hard on ourselves. We can have some pessimistic thoughts and stuff like that. And so we have to reevaluate our thoughts at times by, like, getting back centered and grounded. But it's always because of how deeply in love we actually are with source and self, and with lessons. We're able to be so emotionally intelligent that we can comprehend and be compassionate with knowing what everything is, of all versions of all people, and take accountability for our stuff. And this, in sense, in turn, can make other people feel outcasted by our natural ability, even when we're not outcasting them. But if we have to outcast them, it's with great reason, right? What did you do to get on that side? And now you're on that side, right? Whereas when it's the other way around for Capricorn, we're just like, okay, we just gonna go to the temple within. Like, I am the altar, right? I am the magician here. And so what is this divine lesson? What is this divine reflection? And let me keep going about who I am, and allow myself to be empowered and saying, that is not, if I'm being quote unquote outcasted from that space, then it ain't for me. And I'm gonna go be in the space of power of what is for me. And home is where the heart is, and the heart is in me. And so I'm gonna be good wherever I go, like I'm Gucci, right? And so Capricorns naturally have that energy, right? And so I see it being like, from rags to riches here. Y'all come from a space of, like, heavy burden, being outcasted, a lot of, like, the external, it's like external things trying to fuck with your internally. You know that you're gonna be good. Internally, you have this, like, your intuition is on point, your energy is like, very attractive, very on point. But there could have been external circumstances that was really trying to bring you down, that was really trying to put you in a space to where you couldn't really move, but there was a lot of reason for healing to happen here, to clear out that generational trauma so that you can come into a space of moving forward into this new path, into this new journey here. There could have been some like spiritual energy that you needed to clear out, like spiritual attacks even, or something, whether it was consciously or subconsciously sent your way. I'm getting that doesn't really matter. All that really matters is that you allow yourself to keep doing what you need to do to keep yourself energetically cleared and centered from any outside attacks or things that's trying to keep you away from your wellness here. If there was like anybody trying to attack like your finances or your relationships or whatever the case may be here, really just getting into a space of owning your power and not letting anybody really fuck with your energy in that space by honoring healthy boundaries here and being in that Empress energy, being in that love frequency. Bliss this life. Thank you, Mission Nonstop. All right, let's see here what additional messages we have here for Capricorn for the month of February. What additional messages do we have here? And then I'm going to get into the fairy deck here. Yeah, so we have the Emperor, the Hierophant. Definitely a sacred marriage coming through here. New philosophies. Becoming the altar. There could have been something about like religious views here. Some of y'all quite literally could be changing your views. I feel like some of y'all are preparing in the month of February for some sort of like divine initiations or rites of passage. Whether this is a generational thing or this is something about like, maybe there is an anointing of like, so I feel like you're more spiritual than you are religious. But there was some sort of ancestry that was connected to certain religions that they're anointing you with certain gifts and powers and activations on a DNA level. So it's like a spiritual initiation with your inner church, your inner temples here. Quite literally, like, allowing you for like when we're having these kind of heart-to-heart conversations, we're in church right now. This is church, right? And sacred ceremony in a sense here. And the dismantling of like the false churches, right? And being in a space where like God is your religion, you are your religion, love is your religion, right? Very interesting energy. We also have the Lovers card here. So a lot of love energy, you coming into like the Holy Trinity within yourself, really honing in your divine feminine energies here, being in a space of making decisions for yourself and reuniting with yourself. This is allowing yourself to have fun. This is allowing yourself to celebrate. There could be a reunion of lovers here also. All right, whether this is in a quote unquote romantic way, right, of reuniting with a lover. This could also be rejoicing with it on a soul level, right? Maybe this is new people that's coming into your life to show you love, but y'all are soul tribe family here, right? That's what another way that this can manifest here, or this can quite literally be even like a family get together or a gathering or a party of some sort with a lover. Or you go to a party or something and you meet someone that is like equally yoked to you. Burning the midnight oil. Okay, hello. You know, so really getting into the space of rejoicing with love, being in the embodiments of love, celebrating love. And again, you see the Trinity, the three girls and the three girls here. Again, really being in your maiden, your mother, your crone, all phases of yourself, allowing your friends to be a support system at this time, knowing that you're supported here. All right. Yeah, behind that, the wheel of fortune. So change is approaching you and happening in the month of February, so that if you were dealing with hardships, you're going to be in a lighter space of love, okay? There may have been some head of a heart decisions that you needed to make to let go of whatever you needed to let go that was keeping you depressed, that was keeping you stagnated, that was keeping you in a space of anxiety and not feeling worthy or whatever, or rejected or whatever. All of that was lessons for you to come into a space of like remembrance of like rejection is just God's redirection in a sense, and like knowing who you are and embracing the happy times and embracing the pleasures of yourself. And especially with Jupiter now going direct, these opportunities coming for you in a sense of like, and then this energy is ruled by Gemini, and Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini. So there can quite literally be some reunions or connections in that space here, whether it's with children, with another Gemini, or just opportunities that is, it's to bring you back into the joy of like childlike, inspiration and stuff, like you or innocence and delicious and yeah. All right, let's see here what fairy messages we're gonna get here. Oh wow, you had the fairy godmother in the bottom of the deck with the number 25 here. So again, divine connection and support here with mother energy and unity behind that. Look at that. This also looks like the womb here. Feminine and masculine energies, the portal, sexual energy. All right, tell me what energies do we have here from the Fae realm for my beautiful Capricorn collective here. The Singer of Courage with the number 8. And then you have friends. The friends. I think this is the second time. I forgot what other sign had friends. I think it was Libra. Friends in the bottom of the deck. And I'm feeling guided to actually read it for ya. I didn't read it for the other one, but I'm feeling I don't know if I did or not. I probably did. I'm sorry if I repeat it. But look at how cool. And with the 3 of Cups, I was getting like friends supporting, but the Singer of Courage, the courage to move forward, the courage to be in your power, the courage to be in your magic, the courage to allow yourself to let bygones be bygones. Let yourself rest in your laurels and your success and your beauty, to rejuvenate, to not be burdened by the circumstances around you. Be courageous to take the steps to honor your generational wealth. Be courageous to stand on the outside where, you know, they're like, oh, you know, you can't sit with us. And you're like, I don't even want to sit with y'all. Like, you know, y'all too busy trying to be the cool kids and I'm just being me. Be courageous to be you. So I'm going to read these here. Whoa, I literally opened directly to the page of unity. Oh, I thought that was this one, but that was unity. Union, mystical experience, and spiritual home. When this card comes up in a reading, it is asking us to remember the mystical concept that we are all one, unified in a holistic universe. It reminds us to look at the needs and goals we have in common with others and to seek cooperation and community action rather than attempting to do everything on our own. To achieve our goals, we need to achieve cooperation of others, and to get that cooperation, we must be helpful to them and willing to work with their ideas as well as our own. It suggests that we think of things in terms of equal partnerships rather than in the lines of hierarchy, authority. So I'm not going to keep reading because that's the Unity card. I thought it was this card though, but Unity was drawing my attention earlier, which is why I was showing it to y'all, because I was like, oh, wow. So that could be significant for y'all. Y'all could quite literally be coming into a space of divine union here. Let me go to... right here. The Singer of Courage. Let me move this over here. Sorry, my lighting is like... I remember when I tried to use your pick as a story and they tried to delete me because of nudity, like, who is defined to allow our perception of beauty to be indecent is crazy, fucking crazy. When we're born naked, and perhaps they're just being perverse in their minds and thoughts, but then again, there's that's why they try to keep it protected, but whatever. Let's go into the courageous part, right? And you try to use my pick. I'm not sure which pick, but hello and welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, so let's read this here. The Singer of Courage. Bravery. Sublimation of fear. Moral strength. Someone once said that courage is not the absence of fear, but that which enables us to experience fear and not be stopped by it. It is also what enables us to do what we believe to be right, even when there is pressure from others around us to do otherwise. It is what enables us to go ahead into the unknown or the perilous, where there is no guarantees or of safety or security. In our lives, we are often, even constantly, confronted with a new world, a new way of being in the world, a new way of seeing and of being seen. Ordinary living takes courage. And to rise above the ordinary into the extraordinary takes even more courage. One of the keys to courage is to consider the fear and find a way to let the energy of fear itself power into action. That is true courage. Often, people think of courage as being part of high heroism. It is. But it is also has its quite hidden side as well. That may require greater courage because we cannot expect the rewards of praise and approval for it. For example, no courage is needed to be unhappy and self-pitying. We do not need to be self-disciplined or wise for that. However, to open our hearts to the risks and vulnerability of joy and trust requires all those things, especially courage. Within each of us, there is a terrified inner mouse, and there is the inner brave inner hero. Either part of us can take over from the other. We get to choose which is in charge. The mouse is a magician with only one trick. It can cast an illusion that it is as big as an elephant. Then fear overly wins us. But we still have a choice. Learning to live with and manage The reactive animal within involves transforming emotions like rage and fear into courage through self-discipline and the help of the singer of courage. In a reading, most people have decided by the age of 3 or 4 what they must do in order to survive. From this decision, this belief about how the world is, most of our fears and self-limitations grow. Have we have the courage to discover and break through these limiting beliefs, awaken to greater possibilities, and go for our objectives? We need to transcend our fears and accept the gift of courage. In reverse, if this energy is out of balance, when the singer of courage has grown faint and we feel overcome by fear and self-doubt, the question we need to ask ourselves begin with, what am I really afraid of? Quite often, deep soul searching enables us to discover that our true fears are hidden behind our false fears. It is impossible to face false fears because they are merely shapeshifters and shadows without substance, continuously changing form. Facing a real fear is much easier because it doesn't keep changing the rules or moving the goalposts. The question then becomes, what can I do to open my heart to courage so when I feel the fear, I can follow through on what I want and need to do? As an Oracle group member wisely suggests, another question to ask is, what else is present? She notes, when fear of any kind arises in the mind, more space is allowed in the heart if one acknowledges the fear while at the same time looking for whatever else besides the fear is also there. Thus, one neither ignores nor gives too much focus to the fear itself, and more space opens up within which the fear can be explored and liberated. Fairy wings formed of shifting lights, emotions, and energy are the manifestations of the power of those beings that transcend the mundane world. I love this energy. Greetings, beloved. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and I was feeling guided to read Friends, even though I feel like that's really self-explanatory. I don't know, but here we are. We're at Friends page. And I just really like how cool this card looks right now. Friendship, support, aid. The one on the top is Fairy Enough. And I've already told you that he wants me to say, I'm sorry. The one on the top is Fairy Enough. And I've already told you all that he wants me to say about him in the introduction to part 2. He and Lokan has high-speed friend beneath and are the best of friends and can nearly always be found together. Call upon Fairy Enough and you get Lacan as well. And when you need support or to better understand true friendships, do call upon them. As children, we all have fairy playmates and fairy guardians. As we grow older, the pressure of parents and others in our community often nag us into blocking our visions of and communications with the fairies. Fair enough and Lacan can help us go back to that childlike trust in the fairies and to renew our forgotten friendships with them. They could also they can also often help us to learn more about the true meaning of friendship. Let's see here. Hands outstretched reach across the rushing water. You steady me, I steady you on the slippery rocks of times. Hands reaching, giving, and giving in return. I am grateful to you for being there. I could never have managed this alone. Friendly cooperation with others is necessary to reach mutual goals. Willingness to give and receive assistance and support is also required. Ask friends for help and suggestions and listen with respect and accept the gifts willingly offered. Unconditional receiving is even more difficult than unconditionally giving. 4 feet are more stable than 2. Alternatively, Fair Enough and Lacan may be saying that you will benefit at this time from offering support and aid to a friend. Look around you. Someone you love may be needing your help and be too bound up by fear of rejection or pride to ask. Volunteer your help to your friends and give unconditionally from a generous, loving heart. It will do you good, increasing your store of credit for help in time of need, and it may even help them. Also, when you stand this card on its head, Fair Enough gets tangled up in himself and thinks he's not fairy enough. And he thinks he's not fair enough. Things don't go well then. There may be spats and misunderstandings and disagreements. He and his friends may quarrel over nothing much and rifts may occur. It is time to sort things out. Call in honesty and his good friend tact. Get things back in balance and the right way up with serious, loving discussions. Cultivate your friendships and plant the seeds for new ones. You need your friends, so don't let misunderstandings or touchiness, yours or theirs, get in the way. Reopen your heart to them and give them reason to reopen their hearts to you. Like the Apostle Paul wrote, love is patient and kind. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. And I did already pre-shuffle the deck, and it says, you are loved. Let's see here what it says here. Accept compliments. You are loved just as you are, and you are loved. If you don't have a model for love, imagine yourself as a child. Perhaps you have a favorite picture of yourself as an adoration as an adorable 5-year-old. Look into your own sweet eyes and acknowledge just how special you are. That child inside still needs your tenderness, and so does the adult you. Please don't abandon yourself. Instead, tap into the ocean of love inside. Okay, so there was stuff about abandonment going on and rejection and stuff like that. And so there could be parts of yourself that you're healing through with your inner child experiences. Just in time for this Mars energy, yeah. And so allowing yourself to like nurture in this space here. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Confidence. It takes courage to put your butt out on the line and go for it. And the best way to strengthen your confidence is to put yourself out there. Who cares about what other people think? Everybody starts somewhere, and don't worry about making mistakes. You could always course correct, but you'll never know or grow unless you try. And the more you do, the more confident and successful you'll become. When you shine, we are all inspired to do the same. Let me see here. Let me get one more card. There could be some inner child healing going on here. My motto for love is authentic energy, no matter where the energy comes from. Yes, I love that. Give each other space. Ask for help. If y'all, Capricorn, if y'all going through an experience where y'all do need help, whether it's, support from a friend or financial help or something, don't be so prideful that you reject the help or you reject yourself or neglect yourself from being able to receive as well as give. So that could be something out there also. Give each other space. Sometimes it's hard to work out our differences when we don't have enough space. So take a step back to recreate room for authentic conversation. Perhaps you need to consult with a therapist to guide you through the emotional thicket. Or maybe you just need some new tools for healthy communication. Whatever it is, don't try to fix it right now. Just give each other space. Yeah, when asking for help, so giving space is like giving yourself the space, even where it was talking about if you're feeling fear, don't ignore the fear. Embrace the fear for what it is, but also allow yourself to see what else is present with the fear, to give your heart space to expand into the space that fear could explore, that love frequency and others. So it's also like giving yourself space to receive the healthy connections, giving yourself space to receive, the nurturance, the collaborations, the connections that's really honoring you, giving yourself the space of clarity, giving yourself the space of recognition, giving yourself the space that is necessary for growth. That's what I'm getting with giving space here. Is like really good and allowing yourself to be in a space of enjoying and embracing your inner child as well. All right, let's see here. Where I'm going to pull out a ruin for you guys. I really do feel like a ruin message wants to come through here for y'all. So let's see what ruin wants to come through. All right. Oh, this doesn't surprise me. That's total Capricorn energy here. All right. I just always forget the name, but I know that has to do with like cycles as well. So y'all could be breaking through cycles. Yeah, right here. Dagas. And so you draw like this. And it always reminds me of like giving an hourglass or the number 8. And you did have the number 8 here. So 8, 8, 8. All right, you could be seeing a lot of 8s, abundance flow, abundance shift here. Also, destroying to build here. All right, let's get into it. Dagas, prosperity, a cycle of nights and day, time, success, achievements, the passage across the sky, endless transition, change of states, a new form. Helps to achieve psychological stability and inner harmony. To speed up or slow down time. Changes, transforms, and still goes back to its original form. Helps in the treatment of lingering or chronic illness. Has a beneficial effect on the opinions and attitudes of others, people around you. At the beginning of a ruin script, a strong ruin that sanctifies good deeds. Helps change your own attitude and behaviors. It is able to bring an end to a dark period in your life and ensure a successful outcome to this situation. When it is a ruin of the day, it brings positive situation. And when it is a ruin of the night, it is a negative direction. All right. And let's see here. What dice do we get? I love you. Going to meditate before I knock out. Gratitude for holding space. Gratitude for you. Love you. Enjoy and embrace. Okay. Didn't Empress come out earlier in the reading? Venus energy is really active in your energy here. Gemini, somebody could have their Venus in Gemini also. Doesn't have to be Gemini energies. Gemini in general can be, it could also just be love or Gemini communications. Gemini's coming through here. North Node energy. Moving forward. The number 3. Aries can be significant also. The number 6. The number 6 again. So this could also be maybe somebody born in June. Doesn't have to be. The number 4. Yeah. All right, Capricorn, that is your reading. I want to say thank you to your guides, my guides, our higher selves. Thank you to the Most High. Thank you for your existence, for allowing me to be a divine conduit to serve in honor of your highest and greatest good. And may these messages serve you well. Thank you for existing. I love you. And until next time, peace, love, and harmony. That's your reading. Happy February.